over, the winner takes all. Presented by Top Rank and Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, and brought to you by Geico. Our judges at ringside, Tim Cheatham, Julie Letterman, and Steve Weisfeld. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Russell Mora. And now, to the millions watching around the world on ESPN and ESPN+. This is boxing. This is Top Rank. And this is the main event. Scheduled for 12 rounds, the one, the only, the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, with head trainer Teofimo Lopez Sr. He weighed in at 135 pounds, wearing gray graphite and gold trunks. He brings a perfect record, 15 wins, no losses, 12 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a 2016 Olympian, making his first world title defense. He is the reigning IBF lightweight champion of the world from Brooklyn, New York, the takeover, Teofimo Lopez. Across the ring in the red corner, with head trainer Anatoly Lomachenko. He weighed in at 135 pounds, wearing black trunks with green trim. He brings a record of 14 wins with only one defeat, 10 victories coming by way of knockout. He is a two-time Olympic gold medalist, a former featherweight world champion, a former junior lightweight world champion, making his fourth lightweight world title defense, considered by many as the pound-for-pound king. He is the current WBO, WBA, WBC franchise, and Ring Magazine unified lightweight champion of the world from Akkerman, Ukraine, Vasiliy Lomachenko!
A fanless atmosphere for titans like this.
Centering, gentlemen. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Okay, right. Trunks here are good. Look, anything below the navel is a foul. Trunks here are good. Anything below this point is a foul. Anything below the belly button. We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up.
Boxing history has taught us that there is nothing light about the lightweight division. These 135-pound titles, they're like stone slabs chiseled with legendary names. Roberto Duran, Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker. Now we go one step further. For the first time, it's 4 belts. It's undisputed lightweight supremacy. The vibrant, young, knockout puncher, the American, against the unequaled skill of the pound-for-pound king. It's Lopez, it's Loma, it's winner take all. Let's do this. Now, one thing to be noted in the opening round, as Lopez comes out with the right hand, is that Lomachenko has been a slow starter. He lands half of what he lands in rounds 2 through 12. He throws 20 fewer punches than the lightweight average in the first round. It's later that he typically picks up the pace.
Yeah, it is later that he typically picks up pace, because what he does is he takes a read on his guy. You know, Loma's like, you know, Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning, you know, going up to the, you know, the line of scrimmage. That pre-snap read, that's what he's doing. Just want to get a look at his opponents before he executes.
Like what Lopez is doing in this first round, he's getting that jab going. Oftentimes righties don't throw jabs against lefties, and that's a misnomer. The jab can land. Lopez hasn't really landed it, but he's getting himself in position to land other shots.
Not only is it common to not see orthodox fighters do that against a southpaw, it's uncommon to have any productivity with the jab for Lopez. That's just not who he is. He looks for the right hand power punch. And remember, in the lead up to this fight, often he discussed the fact that he felt his skill set wasn't being represented or talked about enough.
That's not why the world fell in love with Lopez. You know, he's shown more power than he has IQ and skill set. But he does have the skill and the ability to box with Loma, and we're seeing it right now.
Halfway through round one, this is exactly what we told you about Loma, about being a slow starter, about downloading the information and not firing off the way we typically see. He finds range. He gets distance calculated.
I'll tell you one area where Lopez should attack, and it's the body of Loma, to slow down those legs. 1, 2, he has a big frame. You know, for a small guy, he has a long torso. Go down to that body. You see how Loma keeps his hands up real high? Throw something up top and then drop something down to the body. There it is.
And there is the right hand to the body from Teofimo Lopez.
These are the rounds why Loma is downloading information Lopez can put in the bag right now. Just keeping his hands working.
You heard his father say after that right hand to the body, that's what I want. There's the jab again from Lopez. More jabs than we're used to seeing from him.
Perfect round so far for Lopez.
So you see all the hand gestures, but you see how Lopez, how calm he is, how relaxed he is.
Tried to come across with that right hand to the body again. Remember, there were so many who thought that Teofimo would come out as the brash, young, bold fighter and jump on Loma. Instead, measured, calculated, utilizing the jab, and went to the body with the right hand. Well done by Teofimo Lopez. You want?
Go. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Emery has called out Loma for as long as we can all remember, dubbing this ascension the takeover.
That's the most essential thing that Lopez is doing right now, is just sticking the jab out. He's not landing it, but he's occupying Loma. He's not allowing Loma to get comfortable or to be able to gauge his range. And in the meantime, he's flicking jabs out, and he's landing that straight right to the body.
That's a beautiful shot right there, and he got his foot outside the lead foot of Loma to land that right hand to the body. But what I like about what Lopez is doing is he is shooting the jab, but he's staying inside to land his jab. We don't talk about this often, but if you move to your right, you're able to find the angle with your jab a lot easier than moving left.
Goes to the body again, and then a right hand comes in from Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, you see that power, and you see Loma respecting that power. He felt it already.
So the body work continued, and then all of a sudden Lopez goes up top with a right hand.
We're already starting to see redness on a rib cage on the left side of Loma.
Yes.
He's going to touch to the body. Good work so far. 6 body connects for Teofimo Lopez early on here.
It's going to take about 4 rounds for Loma to get acclimated. He's been out of the ring for about a year, 14 months or so.
Longest career layoff. His last fight was in London. We were there ringside when he had a unanimous decision against Luke Campbell, a tall fighter, another guy who's more than naturally bigger man, and there were moments of success that night in London from Luke Campbell.
Yes, it was, and that's what I saw. I saw that Luke Campbell, when he was able to establish distance outside, he was able to isolate the offense of Lomachenko, just as you see here with Lopez. He's isolating
the left hand from Lomachenko. For the first time now, you see Lopez has to be concerned of crossing the threshold, as the process that Lomachenko goes through, the range finding, and he just pulled the trigger quickly with the left hand there.
And they got Lopez's attention.
So Lopez had the right hand early in round 2, and now Lomachenko with a timed left hand moments ago.
It's a high level of skill.
Yes, it is.
From both fighters on display right now. And you may say, well, how's that possible for Lomachenko? It's because you got to watch the indirect attacks, the feints of foot, the feints of hands, and all of the positioning that he's doing before he even lets a shot go.
He makes you work even if he's not throwing punches. He's so angular, all the movement.
Ooh.
It can be exhausting. Good exchange, got to him.